Hi Gusties, I'm Shelby Wilds.
And I'm Carl Cronin.
Now as spring fever starts to set in, we're all looking forward to spring break in just 2 weeks.
But before that, we have to survive St. Patrick's Day and enjoy another episode of GAC TV.
After the promo of building bridges 2 weeks ago, I attended the conference last weekend to find out just what the problem of mass incarceration is like in the United States.
24 buffalo standing in a line. How y'all doing? Glad you all could make it to our little lesson. It starts 10,000 years ago. Around the fertile crescent, we started farming far more food than mouths we had to feed. The population boomed, and now it's room the people need.
I've been raised, and I don't think I'm alone. I've been raised to believe that America is somehow this pinnacle of civilization and of leadership and liberty and freedom and all of these buzzwords that we hear since kindergarten. And quite frankly, when you think about mass incarceration, it's not really true. Mass incarceration is at a point in this country where if it does not get challenged aggressively and have its path turned and altered dramatically, if that does not happen within the next 10 to 15 years, the system will be too entrenched within our legal and economic systems to get out short of something akin to a revolution.
We want students to be able to come and hear these things, whether they agree or disagree, but create discussion around it and create questions and maybe not answers, but just this general environment of this pursuit of social justice.
Yeah, just looking at America's prison system and the way that we handle criminal justice critically is really important to understanding American culture and our acceptance or unacceptance of violence and the way that we think about bad people versus good people. And I think that it's important for us to recognize that and talk about that and deal with that so that we can better reflect upon ourselves as a society and what we would like to do or embody.
It's becoming so ingrained in our society. It's not something that we usually talk about or think about, and it's not something that we question. And so we're recognizing this issue as if it goes on not being questioned, then it's going to be codified into every aspect.
I would love people to walk away with a few things. A sense of urgency, because this is an urgent problem. They need to walk away informed, and that's where our keynotes and our workshops will all be helpful. And then finally, they need to leave with resources and some knowledge of what they can do to help, because quite frankly, what is going to be required to alter the path of mass incarceration is a movement, and there isn't a movement right now.
It was overwhelming in a lot of ways. I guess the range of issues that she talks about and the connections that are to be made are daunting. And I think it's important that she pointed out that there needs to be patience, and it's really something that needs to start from the bottom up, and that takes time.
I was really moved. She touched on a lot of topics that I didn't think about, and I think she addressed it in a way that made us question, who we are and what we're about, really.
We will make change, pushing for housing, for voting, for the rights that are inalienable despite our sentence, written in number 2 pencil on single file line paper, in the ink on our thumbprints, in blood, stone, and chains. There has to be dreams and change, and every white, brown, black, every color of the rainbow person.
Residential life this past year started up hall councils, and we sat down with the most active hall council on campus, the first years, to meet with their top officials to see what they've been up to.
Well, Hall Council is just an opportunity for students who live in a building to get involved and have some say in what happens in their community, whether that be help plan programs, suggest improvements for the halls, or just another way for us to get feedback from the residents about what it's like to live in that environment.
Hall Council serves as a function of residential life. It's kind of an extension of all the different levels that Res Life has. You know, you're used to your CFs, your area coordinators, but they really wanted students to be able to take an active role. So Hall Council kind of serves as that middle ground.
Each hall themselves has their own Hall Council that's made up of like a president, a vice president, a secretary of some sort, a treasurer, and then in addition to that, there's reps from like each floor, each area. So each individual building has that, other than like College View, Chapel View, and Arbor View all work together and have one.
It's a great way to voice your opinions on various things that you have issue with or like activities you want to get the dorms excited with.
One of the things that I enjoyed the most was over J-term we did a trail mix and hot chocolate. And it was just like nice to have everybody in one place. Like when people just walk in, you know, they would walk over and we had posters where people wrote what they did over J-term. And it was just nice, you know, for everybody to get a little treat and you got to talk with like other people and see what they'd been doing over their J-term. So
the biggest thing was just meeting all the people. Like you get to see some great people. Like I never would have known who she was otherwise. And also you get to kind of test your leadership roles depending on your position. Like even if you're not one of the 4 officers and you're a section representative, you're still the leader of your representative and you have to voice their concerns.
There's a lot more to living in your building than just the room you live in. It's your neighbors, the people who live around you, how you interact with them, and just the feel of the place that you live. And this is just a really excellent opportunity for students to have some impact on that and to work together as a group to ensure that they live in a really positive and vibrant community.
I would recommend Hall Council for anybody who's interested in like doing certain events or suggesting events or leadership opportunities.
When it comes to Hall Council, it's just the way they interact with everyone in the Res Hall, between your floor reps, your section reps, the executive board. Everyone should get an opportunity to get to know those people, and anyone who really wants to be on Hall Council definitely deserves a chance.
In the fall, we do elections for the executive positions, but we're always looking for more floor representatives or section representatives or people who just want to be a part of it. We're not in the business of turning people away, so if you want to get involved, just contact your area coordinator and they can get you connected.
People should get excited when they see Hall Council, know that it's the residents of their building, and they're not doing it because residential life says they have to do so many, but they're doing it because we really want to make sure that all of our friends who live here are having opportunities to enjoy their Res Life experience to the fullest.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. I'm Sophie Ogren.
And I'm Elena Rooker, and for this week's question of the week, we're asking people what they're doing for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Hi, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
Probably going to Patty's.
Yes. Is that an annual thing? Have you done that before?
I've done it on several occasions, but never on St. Patty's Day before.
All right, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
School.
School. Are you at least going to study in green clothes?
No. Maybe. If I have the inspiration.
Yeah. It's awesome. We've got some people that are going to do studying, which is good, I guess. Are you going to the parade?
Maybe.
Did you know there was one?
I didn't. When is it?
It's on Sunday, and it goes right outside of Patty's.
And what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
Drinking green beer, obviously.
There's a such thing as green beer.
Everybody knows that.
I don't know that. Do you know when St. Patrick's Day is?
No.
All right, what are you doing for Patty's Day?
Probably going to Patty's as well.
Yes. Are you going to see the parade?
Most likely.
Yes. We got some other people here. What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, I am use some green clothes, you know, and some hat green and happy in the parade. Yes.
Wear green?
Yeah, wear green, hang out, go to the AST dive.
What is that?
Friday night for AST. They're supporting, like, it's for St. Patrick's Day, so wear green. Probably going to go hang out.
Just wear green, right? Mandatory.
Yeah, it's one of the things.
What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day?
I
think Rundstrom Hall Council.
Sounds like fun.
It's small little cookie pizza things, and I don't remember. Yeah.
Wait. Did you just drop that?
Yeah, I dropped that.
He dropped his cookie.
Will you be wearing green?
Probably.
Yeah. Awesome. We got some green ones here. What is St. Patrick's Day called in Spanish?
Día de San Patricio.
Oh, hola.
Yeah.
Are you gonna dress in green because it's St. Patrick's Day?
No.
Are you guys going to Patty's at all?
Well, I'm not 21, so I can't go, unfortunately.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, you can stand outside, look at all the people being silly.
Just watch people go.
That's going to be better than the parade. All right, thank you so much, Gustavus. It looks like everyone's got some fun plans.
Have fun and be safe this weekend.
And look out for leprechauns.
And that's all we have for you tonight, Gustavus. I'm Carl O'Cronin.
And I'm Shelby O'Wilds.
Keep it Irish, Gustavus.
Everybody's dropping their cookies. You ate it. That was on the floor and he ate it. He just
Top of the morning to you. Hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Bob's your uncle.
they're on my level.
Get on my level, girl.
Get on my level.
You go, girlfriend.
Get on my level.
This thing cost me money.
No, there's probably communicable disease on it.
Do you think I care?
You think, okay. Congratulations, you've contracted a communicable disease.
I hope it's syphilis.